One more time. I do want to remind you, we are Villain Theater. We're here on Mondays, every other Monday, and then on Fridays we are at the Good Time Hotel. We do a stand-up show there every Friday night at 8:30 p.m. It is down in South Beach. It's Pharrell's Hotel. It is free. You guys should come through. It's a lot of fun. It's like this, but pinker. It's really pink. And then on Saturdays we have Villain Theater. It's in Little Haiti. We do stand-up comedy. We do improv. We do sketch comedy. We are trying to bring something different to Miami. You guys are a part of that for supporting that. So give it up for yourselves this time for being here and supporting. Do we have room for one more? Your headliner for tonight. He also, yes, there we go. I'm gonna fuck that guy. Your headliner. I'm kidding. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Your headliner for tonight. He performs all over Florida, all over the country. Please put your hands together for Milton Granadillo.
Moment of silence. Hi! Hi, guys. How are you? Hi. You guys have only addressed these people. What about the other people, guys? Where are you guys from? Why did you doubt it? It's fine. I'm not gonna bully you. It's fine. Sorry, you said that you were a priest?
No.
You. Oh, it's a joke. Because I have some Catholic jokes, so I was like, oh no. Yes, give it up for Books and Books, guys. Love this place. The name, not very clever though. Books and Books. It sounds like I'm like faking my resume. It's like, yeah, I used to work at a bookstore. What's the name? Books and Books. Yes. But it's fine. Who am I to judge? I'm just here wearing my gentrified guayabera, you know? The issue with having this face and dressing like this is that I look like I'm going to fix your computer with Santeria. Terrible, guys. Yes, guys, I just had my birthday also. Woo! I just turned 38.
Wow.
That's clapping. Yes. I understand that. I wanna keep like getting so old that eventually I go like over the hill and I'm like 79 and then people clap with like, oh yeah, good for you. Joke's not good, but oh, he's friendly. Yes, I'm at this stage of my life where I definitely feel old, and the only people that tell me that I'm not old are older people in denial. So every time someone is like, you're not old, I'm like, oh baby, we are. We are, but it's great. I always felt old, so I'm just finally like keeping up, you know? I'm finally catching up to how I always felt. I always felt 43 my whole life. Like I was like in piñata parties, just sitting in the back. We said, yeah, see you from here. You're good. Enjoy. You're good. I'm 38 and single. Exactly. Like, if I'm in my... No. Not today, padre. No. If I'm like in my 30s and I say I'm single, people are like, woo! If I'm 38 and I'm single, people are like, yes, of course. Makes sense. Yeah, one of the cool things about being 38 is I finally realized that I don't have to do things and I don't have to be anywhere if I don't want to. You know, look, you guys are very nice, but you know how much competition you guys have with like NPR and Tongues. It's like that. I wish I was doing that right now, guys. But like here I am because you guys are awesome. I lost you on that one. When you grow up, it'll make sense. Yes. One day. Yeah. This guy's like heaving. He's like, yes. Yeah, you're my people. This is my target demographic. What is demographic? Democratic, yes. I'm from Venezuela. We don't have those. But yeah, like I was in a trip with some friends and we were doing it. Everyone was like, let's do like electric scooters. And I was like, I don't know. So I started doing it and then I'm like, oh, I don't have to do this. Let go and walk like a human. It was so freeing. I loved it. It was such a great thing. That one didn't work that much. One of the things that I'm trying to do more is that I'm traveling, and I spent 3 weeks in Canada, and all I have to say is I'm sorry. Guys, I love USA. I've been living here for 7 years. I love USA, but Canada, man, like I feel like I've been dating a very nice woman, but then I got to meet her way hotter cousin that's like super welcoming, has like a huge free healthcare system. Why didn't I know you before? I was in Toronto, Canada. I have to specify because you Americans have this annoying thing of like naming cities like from other countries, you know. There's like Paris, Texas, and like London, Indiana. One day I was in the highway escaping a hurricane, and I passed through Switzerland, North Carolina. I'm like, screw you, man. No. Some amount of Nazis though, but difference. But yeah, I have to specify that it was Toronto, Canada, and people were like super nice. The weather was fantastic, and also like to be fair, you know, it was like peak season, you know. It was like the city was like ovulating, you know. Not like during winter. During winter, the city is like super frigid, you know. I feel like Miami always wants to fuck, but it's also on her period. So it's a little bit scary, maybe fun, super messy. Speaking of messy, let's give it up for Leo Messi. Perfect segue. I am so happy of that segue. Yeah, do you guys know that when Leo Messi got to the Miami Flamingos or whatever, the same day a Venezuelan guy started in the same team? No one knows. That's such a Venezuelan thing to happen. Every time we get a little bit of the spotlight, something bigger happens, we're like, oh no. Like a couple of years ago, you know, people started talking about Venezuela. You would see Venezuela on the news. Then Ukraine happened. It's like, oh fuck, what? I think being from a country in crisis makes me like super jaded, you know? Every time I see on the news like crisis in the Middle East, I'm like, yeah, but how bad? Yeah. When I was in Canada, I saw a news report and it was like, violence in Canada is like off the chains. I was like, oh shit, let me see this documentary. And they're like, yes, there's a lot of violence in Toronto. A person got stabbed in the subway. I was like, oh, that's kind of sweet. Must be nice. It's like when my American friends are like, oh my God, this inflation, how far can it get? It's like, oh, baby. You have no idea. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, Toronto is great. There's a lot of Indians from India. The other kind, they killed them ages ago. There's a lot of people from India with like heavy accents, and I have an accent, you know? So I definitely felt a lot of empathy for those people with heavy accents. I felt a lot of empathy, especially if they work in the service industry. So I felt a lot of empathy for those poor white gringos that come from Miami. They come to Miami during vacation. They have to deal with like, oye, pero ¿qué es lo que tú quieres? ¿Tú quieres como una coladita? And they're like, macchiato? I feel you, Karen. Yes. Yes, I understand your pain now. And before, you're probably thinking now like, yeah, why don't you go back to your country? I can't. And also, guys, I just got my green card. Actually, I got it like 9 months ago, but I still have the new card smell. You know? Also, it's very expensive, so I'm gonna keep celebrating the shit. So if after the show, you wanna give me a high five, you wanna buy me a beer, you wanna start a GoFundMe, I take it all, man. Let's celebrate with money, yes. That joke works fantastic in Spanish, by the way. Everyone's like, ha ha ha. Thank you. I'm counting you, Padre. I was like, who would pretend that you're a priest? It's like the worst thing to pretend. Are you or you're not a priest?
No, he
sir?
is a priest.
Oh my God.
Actually, he's a rabbi.
Have you guys seen a movie that now there's this like in the Latin community? It's like a huge movie now. It's called like Sounds of Freedom. Yeah, it's a movie about worldwide ring of child molestation. I think it's very important to talk about that. The other thing is that I think it's very ironic that the director is Catholic. Like if you're doing a movie about a pedophile ring, and you're a Catholic, yeah. Why don't you check your bag there first? Or your dungeon, or whatever. And you're probably thinking like, oh, Milton, that's such a hack joke. I grew up in Catholic school. I saw some weird shit, man. Not that kind of thing. I was like too dorky to be molested. But I saw that from other people. Yeah, I lost it on that one. That one didn't work. Look, if it doesn't work in English, you don't want to know how much it doesn't work in Spanish. It's like, I'm sorry. Discúlpame. But now that I have a green card, I feel like I'm getting like a little cocky, you know. I keep like fantasizing that I bump into an ICE officer. And I'm like, what's up, bro? Permanent resident, bro. Ice, go get my lemonade, bitch. What? With his face. Yeah, but there's always things that keep my ego in check. You know, like I had to go to the DMV to change my ID, and I think the DMV is the most democratic place in America. Because everyone gets treated equally. Like shit. I was like, hey, I have to change my ID because I just got my green card. And the lady was like, I don't care. I was like, yeah. I used to do that joke using the TSA as an example. But I don't know if you guys know that Florida TSA, now they're like super nice. I think they're just very happy that you're leaving the state. You know? Last time I was traveling, the agent was like super nice, and then she helped me out. And then afterwards, she was like, "Where are you going, sir? Back to your country?" I was like, "Jesus, holy shit! I'll be right back." But yeah, there's always things that keep my ego in check. The other day, a lady approached me, and she was like, "You're from Venezuela?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "But your English is good." What do I mean with but? Lady, you don't know me. Lady, back in my country, I was upper middle class. Lady, back in my country, I went to private school. Lady, back in my country, I was white. Granted, I understand that being upper middle class in Venezuela is kind of like flying first class on Spirit. Relative. But yeah, I used to consider myself Latino and white. But then I went to West Palm Beach and I saw some white people dancing, and I'm like, yes, I am not white. But yes, I'm trying to like blend more with like Americans, trying to do like Americana stuff, I went to a football game, and it was tricky. Like a friend of mine was like, "Hey man, I don't understand. Why don't you understand the game?" I'm like, "I don't understand the measuring system." Like, you Americans take for granted how bizarre it is. Like, anywhere in the world, my height is 1.82 meters. That's it. Here, my height is like 5 feet and 3/4 of the penis of George Washington. Wow. But yeah, I couldn't understand. I'm very happy that I get to stop pretend. I finally get to stop pretending that I like American football. And now I get to start pretending that I like American soccer. Right? I have no idea, but I'm like Messi and Venezuelan guy. Yes. Yes. I was like, well, I'm American. I need to have like an American addiction, So I got addicted to a drink called White Claw. Clap it up if you know what White Claw is. Yes! Broke people are my people. I love it. The name is very misleading, White Claw. Sounds like a hardcore drug. White Claw! It sounds like a metal band. White Claw! It sounds like a covert operation to kill Bin Laden. White Claw! But it's actually very tame alcohol with fruity flavor. So every time I order it, I feel like an idiot because I'm like, hey man, I want some White Claw. Yeah, what flavor? I don't know, mango. I think that White Claw is the vaping of alcohol. You might feel cool doing it, but you're embarrassing everyone. Stop it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm also doing, Americana things. I'm very much into like thrifting. I went to this vintage store. I don't want to brag, but I just went to this vintage store called Sears. Can you believe that Sears still exists? When I got there, yeah, right here actually. It's very close by. It's very surreal. Well, thank you for crapping on my joke. Mr. Spirit. I feel like you're just about to vanish. My joke is done. Well, let's imagine that Mr. Indiana Jones is not here. I love you in that movie. But yeah, I feel actually when I went to Sears, it felt like when you're watching a movie and then an actor that you thought that was dead pops up and you're like, oh shit, Richard Gere, good for you, man. Oh, you're making it. Yeah, it's very tricky because it's like a time capsule. Everything is kind of like old, yeah. Everyone that works there are like viejitos, like very old people that you don't know if they work at Sears or they're hunting it. But this very nice guy named Jose helped me out, and we started talking, and we talked about everything. We talked about like our life and dreams. We talked about our futures. We talked about our family. We had a very nice bonding moment. And then when I went to bed, they asked me, "Who helped you today?" I'm like, "Jose helped me out." And the lady was like, "Jose has been dead for 45 years." Are you Jose? No, yeah, speaking of like mystical stuff, I'm also doing that very American thing that I'm starting to believe in like signs and like horoscopes and things. Just because I think it's a great way to be very judgy without people criticizing you. I can say the most passive aggressive shit. I can be like, "Whoa, Rachel, another boyfriend. Wow, quite a Capricorn." It's great. It's great. If like someone enters to there and I'm like, "I don't like that guy," you guys are gonna be like, "Whoa, Milton, what's happening?" But if I'm like, "I don't like that guy, he gives me Sagittarius vibes," at least 3 people are gonna be like, "Yeah." I feel it. Actually, I posted that joke on Instagram and someone sent me a DM. And she was like, "I just want to tell you that I feel very triggered with what you're saying. I think you should educate yourself better before talking crap about the horoscope." And I was like, typical Pisces. But yes, I'm trying to blend in. I'm from Venezuela. Who told me that? Who is from Venezuela here? No. Whoa! I don't know if you guys saw that because it's like pointing and she's like, "No, I'm not Venezuelan. I'm right here, lady."
Let's just get things clear.
Look, Chile. You ever been to Chile? Country? I just don't understand what the hell you guys are saying all the time, but you guys are a very beautiful country. No, I feel like it's very annoying trying to explain the Venezuelan situation, especially to Americans, because it's so surreal, because of all this social agenda. There's no food, there's no meat. It's like America's worst fears. Communism and veganism. Yes. Politics. Yes, that joke. I was like, maybe in books and books they enjoy this joke, but it's not. Now the energy is just like pulling away. Yes, this is distressing, guys. This is what 38 looks like. But yes, I've been living in Miami for 7 years, and I also have been living with depression, who here have some sort of mental illness? Yes, broken people are my people. I love it. Yes. And if you didn't clap, denial. Denial is that's the word of the day. That's very different. Like, I perform stand-up in English and Spanish because being bilingual in a city like Miami provides this fantastic opportunity to fail into languages. And, you know, I lost my train of thought. Oh, she's 38. Oh my fucking God. Wait. Oh, that helps. Yes. That doesn't help my nerve at all. Oh yeah, depression. And also I'm talking depression, it's like, next. No me gusta. Because that's also the thing. That's what I was getting at. Like, if I say that I have depression in front of an American audience, this always happens. You know, people clap. You know, there's some woos. We start like high-fiving each other. You know, you're so brave. No, you're so brave. We start playing like Pokemon cards but with maps. You know, I do Prozac, I do Xanax, I do Viagra. Hey, whatever works. But if I'm in front of a Latino audience, I'm like, I have depression, and they're like, no. One time I was at this show, and the comedian before me was talking about eating ass. Very graphically. And then I'm like, I have depression, and they're like, too far. It's tricky. Like growing up in Venezuela with depression, it was very hard to know because I never knew if I was just depressed or if I was just like, you know, living in Venezuela. It's so sad, I don't know why. Yes. And I think it's very important to talk about mental illness. I think it's very important to address it. Sometimes I feel like an asshole though, speaking about depression. This helps. Mental state, yes. It's like a massage of my depression. Antonio. Antonio, ¿verdad? El padre Antonio. One of those days, man. But yeah, I do feel like I'm an asshole I feel like an asshole talking about depression sometimes, especially to my psychologist, because my psychologist is in Venezuela. So, you know, like last time I was talking with her, she was like, oh, I'm so sorry that I connected so late. The thing is, we haven't got electricity in the last 4 days. And I couldn't walk up the stairs because they were mugging people in the lobby. So tell me, Milton, how are you? And I'm like, oh, shut up, man. Don't be an asshole. You know. So what I do feel is that, you know, if you have some sort of mental illness, you know, find a friend, find professional help, or start doing stand-up, man. Yeah. I have dual nationality, guys. I just have to say it. But you guys probably know, by the way that I talk and I look, that I am Venezuelan, and I am. I think all of you are racist because you guys are laughing. It's a very valid point. Portugal. I don't know Portuguese people. No, try again. I am Venezuelan and I am? I just got my green card, lady.
Wait, they're getting there.
Yes, I'm on my way. Green card to gringo, almost there. But yes, I am Dutch. Milton Granadillo is Dutch. Milton Granadillo Sanchez Bello is Dutch. I swear to God, man. I swear, padre. The reason for this is that my father is from this tiny island in the Caribbean called Aruba. Aruba is part of the Dutch government, that's why I'm Dutch. A little bit of knowledge. We're in books and books, so you know. We have to. But yeah, Aruba is great, you know. Their like slogan is one happy island. And I realized that it's not because everyone is happy, it's just by the language that they speak. They speak papiamento. Papiamento is great, it's like drunk Portuguese. Yeah. Like the worst curse that you can say in papiamento, like the worst like motherfucker is That's a very, very elegant heckle, my friend. Wow, don't worry, be happy. That was actually flawless. That's perfect, man. That was just fantastic. Yeah, whatever I say is not gonna be as funny, but I'm gonna try anyway. Pagamento is just this bonkers language, you know, like the worst curse when you're like angry, like you know, you like to stomp your toe with a chair. The worst curse that you can say is "Tom tipo mama." Isn't that adorable? Isn't that like, oh, Pokemon got angry? Oh, it's like, yeah, even like anatomical terms, like book terms, like the anatomical term for buttocks is chan chan. Imagine if you go to the hospital and the doctor's like, sir, you have cancer. Oh no, where? On your chan chan. All right, I can do that. Cute, don't worry, be happy. Yes. But I leave it with this. I had a meeting with my lawyer, and he was like, well, you know, we did the whole green card thing. Just wanted to let you know, Milton, and from now on, in the eyes of the American government, you're no longer Venezuelan. You're Dutch now. So, Milton, if you commit a crime, you will get deported. Or you won't get deported back to Venezuela. Milton, if you commit a crime, you will get deported to the Netherlands. Oh no. So I stabbed him. Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Give it up for Andy.
Keep it going for your headliner, Milton Granadillo! Oh my god, what a crazy Monday night! How do we like that, Miami? Cool. Come see us every other Monday here. We have a Spanish show at Villain Theater on Thursday, so make sure you check it out. It's all Spanish, improv and stand-up. Milton will actually be there, as will I, but it will be completely in Spanish. If you use code word VILLANO, you will get 20% off on your tickets, so make sure you check that out.